My name is Brendan Smith. I am the Brewing Sailor, and this is another Hangover free review. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Hangover Free Reviews, the show that helps you moderate your booze, not your brews. We're sponsored, as always, by Rationale Brewing. What's your rationale? I'd like to take a minute before we get into today's review to thank everybody for the really successful dry January we had. You guys really supported me. I've put on, I think, 50-something subscribers this month. As of recording right now, we're at 88 subscribers, so we're only 12 subscribers away from our big 100 subscriber giveaway. And once that happens, we're going to give away 2 6-packs of Rationale Brewing beer, your choice, and a Rationale t-shirt. And that'll be at no expense to you. You won't have to pay for shipping or anything. That'll be all on me. I'll be sending it out to you. Okay, so let's get into today's review. First of all, I'm coming to you from my lovely apartment again because North Texas is in the middle of an ice apocalypse. And if I wanted to get to one of the wonderful, normal growler shops that I usually broadcast from, like Craft and Growler or Guitars and Growlers or the Bearded Monk, I'd have to ice skate there. So today, just the apartment. Anyway, all right. We are, for the next few weeks, going to be reviewing two Roots Brewing Company. And they're a fantastic brewing company. I've really enjoyed their beers so far. And we're going to start off today with a crowd favorite. I know a lot of people in the community like this beer. It's their Resin Riot Double IPA. So let's dive right in, shall we? I should have poured that harder. There we go. All right. So, looking at the appearance, I obviously should have cleaned this glass better. I got some bubbles on the side of the glass. That's my bad. But we got a nice golden copper color. Really like that color. Nice clarity to it, especially for a beer that's been dry hopped twice. It says on their website that they dry hop not only in the fermentation tank, but also in the bright tank. And for those who don't know what a bright tank is, that's BRITE. That is a cold conditioning tank. That's where you condition the beer, get it ready for carbonation. So that's really pretty. I like that a lot. The head, even though I didn't pour it that hard, is nicely persistent, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and give this 3 points out of 3 on appearance. Let's see how it smells, shall we? Excuse me. I did buy this one a little while ago, so I think the hops might have fallen off just a little bit. They're still there, though. I'm getting citrus, pine, and as the name would indicate, resinous. A little bit of malty sweetness, which you'd expect from this color and this amount. This beer actually has 99 calories, which for an NA beer is pretty high. There's a real kind of trend in the NA market right now towards lower calorie, lower carb beers. So you definitely get the sweetness from that. The aroma, though, it's a pleasant aroma. But because the hops have fallen off, I have to judge it as is. And I can't judge based on what I've had before. I have to judge it as is, as I've poured it. So as is right now, we're going to give that a 9 out of 12. Okay, let's see how it tastes. So the first thing you notice is that malty sweetness as it hits the tip of your tongue. But as it washes over your tongue and rolls towards the back of your tongue, you get those different hop notes. You get your citrus, your pine, your resin. It's very resiny. The resin is more apparent in the flavor than it is in the aroma. In the aroma, I was getting more of the citrus and the pine. And then as it finishes off, there's just a bitter wave that comes in. which I like. I know a lot of people don't, but I really do like. And in a double IPA, you really should have that because you've got so much malt in a double IPA that you need that big bittering hop in order to balance it out. So I really like that here. And it's lingering on the back of the tongue, which is nice. Not oppressively so. It's not like so bitter, like you know, the old Keystone bitter beer face. You're not getting that, but it's a really pleasant. Just finishes off dry. I wouldn't say crisp, but just bitter dryness to it. So I do like the flavor. We're going to give that. I like the flavor better than I like the aroma. We're going to give that a 15 out of 20. Actually, I might bump that one because I knocked the aroma down, but I do like the flavor. So we're going to bump the 15 to a 16 out of 20 because I can do that because it's my review. On the mouthfeel, again, the 99 calories here really shine. I really appreciate that a brewery isn't afraid to put in a lot of calories into an NA beer, especially when the trend lately is to go low calorie, low carb. And I totally get that trend, by the way. Like, I know there is a big profitable segment of the market that really needs those low calorie, low carb beers. And whether that's because they're weight conscious, which I should be more weight conscious. If you can tell by looking at me, I'm not exactly svelte. Or it's a medical issue, you know, adult diabetes, whatever it is, or just athletic, you know, people who are big into athletics, people who are into working out. You know, they might not necessarily want a ton of calories. So I get that there's a huge segment of the market for that. I'm just not that segment. And so I appreciate it when a non-alcoholic craft breweries remembers me. Okay, so really good mouthfeel. I'm actually, you know, the carbonation's on point. It's nice, smooth texture. I really do like the mouthfeel here and those 99 calories. It's really heavy and creamy and kind of just rolls across your tongue. It's like drinking a real beer. And I don't mean to say that, and I apologize. I shouldn't say a real beer. These are real beers. A fully leaded beer, a beer with alcohol. It has a very similar mouthfeel, maybe not to a comparable double IPA that has, you know, 8, 9, 10% alcohol in it, but to a 6, 7% West Coast, sure, right there with it. So that's really nice. I like that. So they're going to get 5 out of 5. And something I don't normally do, we're going to toss in a bonus point on that one, just because I'm such a big fan of the fact that they almost hit 100 calories on this beer. Overall, this is a very solid double IPA. It's not my absolute favorite IPA I've had thus far, but it is an excellent representation of the style. It does the job. I would definitely buy it again. So we're going to give it 7 out of 10 on the overall. And if I've done my math right here, so 3, 10, 12, see, carry the 2, and 9, 50. Yeah, 41 out of 50, I believe, is correct. Since I've moved all those numbers around, but I think the end number is still about right. 41 out of 50 total. So let's move into my personal observations. And I kind of already started on this. Like I said, I think it's an excellent Imperial IPA, especially for NA. I would definitely buy it again. As far as the affordability, it's $13.99 a 6-pack, which is a little pricey, but not too bad because it's pretty good quality. However, the availability is a little bit wider than some of the beers we've reviewed recently. This beer is available in a dozen or a few more states. I think it was 13 or 14 I counted, so maybe a baker's dozen. However, it's not available in Texas yet for me. So this is going to be a once in a while treat for me because on top of the $13.99 a 6-pack, I've got to drop $13 for shipping. So if I do get something from Two Roots, I'm going to buy it in bulk. I'm going to buy 2, 3, 4, 6-packs in order to spread that shipping cost out and make it worth it. What I did like when I was researching the review for today, I went back to the website and looked it over. They have added a insurance for your shipping, and I think it's a little under $1. And I would happily pay that because I've gotten some pretty banged up cans because, you know, who can trust the USPS or UPS or FedEx? You know, we've all seen horror stories on YouTube of people just tossing packages. So, yeah, I would definitely pay for the $1 insurance just to make sure I could get good beer. As far as the consistency goes, I haven't had any issues, and I've had multiple 6-packs from Two Roots. I did hear a secondhand story today about how a Resin Riot canned in October, the hops had completely fallen off. They had a little bit here, but not too bad, not too egregiously. But this person was very displeased. I can understand, because I would think that hops wouldn't fall off that drastically until well past the 6-month shelf life of NA beer. So I felt bad for him, but that can happen. It didn't happen to me. It hasn't happened to me so far. So take that as you will. On my personal scale, where would this be? Like I said, right at, instead of not quite a regular rotation, but I definitely buy it again. It's better than, just a limited option thing. I would definitely buy this again, especially if it was fresh, and especially if they're all around Texas. They just haven't gotten into Texas. Once they move into Texas, this would definitely bump up to a regular rotation beer. And that's all I've got for tonight. So hopefully we are back on the roads tomorrow. Hopefully I'm back to work tomorrow. And I will be coming to you next time from one of the lovely growler shops that we've been so fond of filming at. Before I go, I do want those of you who haven't subscribed to go down there to that little red subscribe button, click that and turn it gray. Would really appreciate it and get you closer to a chance at winning free beer. Hit the notification bell, slam that like button, and leave a comment before you go. Am I doing a good job? Am I doing a bad job? And if I am doing a bad job, why? Let me know. I've had a couple people correct errors when I've made them, and I've been very grateful each time. So, thanks everybody. Have yourself a wonderful time and a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time on Hangover Free Reviews.